It's part two. Part two. Yeah, what kind of husband is going to want that or whatever. And then after that, you get a whole bunch of emotional attachment and all this stuff, which they don't care about that. They just care about selling that thing. But anyway, so the dreams, right? Part two because my thing stopped recording or whatever. But the Master of Puppets is basically deceiving these young girls, and it's not even that. It's the regulatory body. The regulatory body is protecting this kind of stuff. The government on top, the RCMP is not investigating, and that is traumatizing, right? Extremely traumatizing when you actually understand everything that I talked about on this YouTube channel, right? If you go down this rabbit hole, you will be traumatized 100%. If you just if you like, I would certainly recommend that you do investigate properly and to don't take my word for it. Do your own research, because what I researched is basically just reading what the government has given. Right? What kind of nonsense is that? The government is our enemy. It's the number one terror organization that you could ever imagine. Is the enemy. It's absolutely the enemy. Are you insane to think they are our friends? Are you really that insane to think they are our friends? They're not. They really, really are not. We are the underlings, and that's all we are, man. They are the they're the boss or whatever, the dawn and whatever you want to call it. They are very, very, very evil, right? Very, very evil people, right? Extremely evil, extremely evil. If you don't see that, you're living in a bubble, right? So then, all right. So then after that, you got all that stuff. So then after that, it causes a trauma. It literally causes a trauma because my own child died. The interference with my own reproduction and all this stuff. And this actually happened to me. I had to leave my hometown because of this nonsense. And basically, they were going to lobotomize me with chemicals because I'm a mental health or whatever. I don't have any mental health at all. You don't have any kind of mental health, whatever you want to call it, whatever that is, right? And they're going to try to lobotomize me with chemicals to be like, oh yeah, whatever, yeah, everything's groovy, baby. And then, you know, what does a man need? A nice wife, some sunshine, some vegetables, and no drinking. No drinking, no smoking. We don't need that. We need fresh vegetables and some fruits and a nice wife that doesn't nag all the time, right? That's what men need, right? Anyway, I'm traumatized. I get dreams. I literally get dreams. Maybe not every night. I don't know. Maybe we do, but I'm starting to. It's been a long time. So now I don't even know what to actually do about these dreams. I don't know what should I do. What should I actually do about these dreams? How can I make them stop? I really would like to get them to stop because it's recurring, right? And I do get the power in them. I'm like, what are you doing? How could you do this? You're interfering with people's reproduction. You're killing babies and all this stuff. And she's always so cocky about it, right? She's always so cocky about it. And but in real life, she blocks me on social media. She doesn't. I can call anybody in the world except her. I can't call her because she's a class above the rest, and she doesn't accept my phone call. But she knows what it's going to be about because next time I talk to her, there's going to be some talk. Last night I dreamt that she had this gate built around her very luxurious brick mansion. Right? She got a big brick mansion, and she has this gate. Yeah, built just for me, just for me. But the gate was open, and I was like, oh, the gate's open. So I just walked in there. I'm like, buddy, like, what did you do? What did you do? How do you sleep? Like, you must go to this fancy furniture warehouse to get this very, very comfortable bed, because how do you even reconcile with the fact that you did this, right? And the damage is already done. Right? The damage is already done. It's a done deal. Right? The deaths, right? There's a whole pile of dead bodies over there, right? Right. That's why I'm traumatized. There's so many dead children. Oh, the humanity that has been lost. The civilizational splendor that could have been achieved. That's what's traumatizing, right? Really, really, anger and from the bottom of the pits of my stomach are just firing every day at actually comprehending what she did, right? So you explain that to somebody, they can't even comprehend what she did, but she really did, right? And then these people will just say, no, no, she didn't do it. No, no, let's watch Netflix now. Like they're so brain dead, right? And these people, even now, right now, the parents of my ex-girlfriends, let's say for example the parents of my ex-girlfriends that I maybe fathered a child with that died at the embryonic stage, that don't have any kind of, this baby would have been maybe like 20 years old. I'm just taking for example Mr. and Mrs. C, right? Mr. and Mrs. C. This is a real life couple, right? They had this girlfriend that I was fornicating with when I was in high school. Where everybody was, playing music with the bleach blonde hair and playing guitar on stage at these shows and these drug-fueled parties and and then we were fornicating with the girls taking pills. It was okay because she's not going to bring, she's not going to get pregnant, right? Well, that wasn't entirely true. She was going to get pregnant, but the abortion was going to happen early on, so early that the proof of death was basically very, very inconvenient, right? So now I look back at that and I say this was not consequence-free, fornication at all. It really wasn't, right? So this was a serious interference with my reproduction, right? And then I say, well, maybe we wouldn't have done it because she would have been less promiscuous and less, they wouldn't be looking for this debauchery. Maybe we should be Christian or whatever. We should, wait for the family to, initiate itself. Marriage, sex before marriage is absolutely wicked, more wicked than, I could have ever imagined. Yeah, it creeps up to you. You're in high school, you get all these women on the pills. They don't care. They throw themselves at you or whatever. And you're like, whoa, this is fun, or whatever. It's not. It's certainly not. Okay, maybe it's fun at the time to be able to connect physically with this girl that is, attractive or whatever. But now you look back at it, and there could have been a baby there, and the baby could have died. My own child could have died, right? At the implantation stage, right? It's wicked. It's absolutely wicked. And to know all that, and to be traumatized by it, then to have these nightmares, right? Recurring nightmares every time. It's always about, how could you do this? And she's like, yeah, I did it. I don't care. Whatever. I'm not going to go to prison. My government's going to protect me. I'm not going to go to prison. And I'm the big murderous kingpin. She's cocky and everything in my dreams. I dream of this, not every night, but fairly often, and it's been a long time, many months, right? And she's like, oh, I'm this kingpin or whatever. I'm this big shot. I get to kill children, and nobody's gonna stop me. And that's the attitude that she has in my dreams. I'm not even joking. Like this is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand so much so. I mean, it's a legitimate trauma. It's like a legitimate trauma. These deaths are correct. I'm correct in pointing to the fact that the pill does cause embryonic death. I'm correct. I'm not this Superman that I can hear, I'm not this hero Superman kind of type that I can just not be traumatized by the deaths of, these, not countless, but there's a number. There literally is a number. These children, I'm traumatized by that. I'm traumatized by the fact that these children are dying. The government is so evil. The people are basically as complicit and whatever else. And my own family's inside of this. My own family, right? I am literally traumatized, right? I am traumatized in that I have these dreams and everything like that. So, anyway, I don't believe that I don't believe I'm exaggerating at all. I mean, if I am, hopefully I am. Hopefully I am. Hopefully, because if what I suspect is true, I do believe it's true. I suspect that it's true, is that the pill causes more deaths than IVF and abortion and wars and everything combined. Right? Combined. I suspect that this is the greatest cause of the destruction of humanity that there has ever been in the history of humanity. I suspect. Like I said, I suspect. Well, where's the proof of this and all this stuff? Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's inconvenient, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. But I suspect that this is the greatest killer in the history of humanity. Anyway, um, it's traumatic, you know. It is. It's a traumatic thing that just never goes away. It never goes away. It never goes away. I don't care if it's a Monday or a Sunday or anything like that. Especially in the middle of the night, right? At the end of the day, this stuff comes into my idea, and at night, I get these dreams. You know, literally dreams. It it haunts me. Yeah.